everyone. Hope all of you fine folks are having a wonderful day wherever you're joining me from. We are out on another trucking adventure, doing a little bovine relocation today. Loaded up some cow-calf pairs at a farm in east central Nebraska, and we are hauling them out to green pastures out in the Sandhills. Kind of the start of the Sandhills, I guess. Up by, between Broken Bow and Dunning. It's kind of where we're headed to. So it was kind of an interesting morning. These are, again, cow-calf pairs. And these new calves, they haven't been hauled anywhere, so they didn't really know what to think of the trailer when we tried to load them. Took a little while, but we finally got them on. Probably the only downside was it was pretty warm and humid this morning. Made for a little bit of a rough morning, but not too bad. But we're headed out. We got 4 cattle pots rolling, and then the farmer's coming up with a couple of stock trailers from the last bit of them. But we'll get them out there, get them kicked off, get them reunited, because when they were separated in the pens back at the farm, they were bellering. Mama's looking for babies, babies looking for mamas. So much noise you couldn't hardly think straight. But gonna be a good day, a little on the warm side, but still a beautiful day with all the recent rains we've gotten recently, which we needed, turning everything nice and green. But good to have some blue skies, nice temperatures. Gonna make for a good day. So I invite you to kick back, ride along with me, and we'll get you out to where we're headed to. Well, been a pretty uneventful trip so far. Been a good trip. The cattle are actually standing pretty decent in the trailer from the feel of it. I've hauled some loads where they get to moving and shifting around quite a bit, but these are all right, pretty decent, especially since the majority of my load is the young calves. Again, they've never been trailered anywhere, so I think the only cows I've got on are in the bottom deck of the pond. The rest of it's all calves. But they're standing, riding pretty decent. So we've only got about another, 20, 30 minutes or so before we get to the place where we're going to offload. Again, just kind of enjoying the scenery. I was actually thinking back to when the last time was I was out this way. And if memory serves, I think it was probably February, beginning of March time frame. I hauled a load of cubes out by Hyannis, which is, we're not going quite that far out, but definitely a different time of year. It was cold, no green on the ground, a little bit nicer right now. But we should get there here shortly. We'll get everybody kicked off the bus and get them reunited. That'll make them happy. And then they can settle down for their summer vacation out here in the Sandhills of Nebraska. Good, fresh, green grass. By the time it's time to come back and pick them up, probably September, October. Just depends on when they decide to bring them back. And calves will be hopefully fattened up a little bit more. Not a whole lot to some of these tiny little towns out in the Sandhills. Didn't catch the population on the sign when I rolled into town, but They're pretty small, but tight-knit communities. Nice place to live. Well, from the looks of things, I think these cows are going to be pretty happy out here. Pastures look good. Got the other 3 pots waiting in line to unload. Going to be a good summer vacation for them. Overall, I'd say things went pretty smooth. Got into the place, everybody got back in and unloaded. It's amazing how they all come off a whole lot easier than they go on most of the time. A couple of calves wanted to fight on 1 or 2 of the trucks, but for the most part, pretty successful. Got them all mated back up with their moms, and the owner of the ranch will kick them out in the pasture, and they should have a pretty enjoyable summer out there, I think. So we're headed back home. Still got a ways to go yet, but we'll get there. We'll get this cattle pot unhooked, see about fueling up, and maybe get everything lined up and hooked up, ready to go for Monday morning. But again, overall, pretty good trip. Weather's been decent, hot and humid, but we'll take it. Clouds were building in. I thought maybe we might have some storms moving in, but things have kind of cleared back out again now. So we'll see how it plays out. But overall, good day so far. Well, we made it back home in one piece. Got the cattle pod unhooked. Threw a little bit of fuel in the truck, so we're ready to go for Monday morning. Back to doing cube transfers, at least as of right now. So we'll see how that goes come Monday morning. But got everything pretty much situated, wrapped up, turned all the paperwork in for the week. Keep the accounting folks happy. And I think we're ready to call it a week. It's been not terribly hard work, but just a lot of long, boring hours sometimes. So sometimes that's how it goes in this job. But made it through the week. We'll hit it hard again next week and see what they have in store for us. But again, overall, a pretty good week. Enjoyed having you along for the day. Nice to see the countryside kind of greening up a little bit with the onset of summer, late spring, early summer. I don't know exactly when the seasons change on the calendar anyway, but definitely feels like summer. It's about, I think truck says about 88 degrees, pretty humid out, so we'll see if we can get some storms out of it tonight. But overall, pretty good day. Again, enjoyed having you along. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Let me know what you think. And as always, if you'd like to see more content like this and some of the other shenanigans that we get into, then by all means, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you know when I drop new content. And we'll try to keep bringing you more of my life, hauling the ag products, hauling livestock, going to car and truck shows, whatever else we can get ourselves into, flying the drone, all sorts of stuff. So, again, enjoyed having you along. Look forward to seeing you on the next trip.